You're in for an unscripted, uncensored conversation that is likely to be nerdy, potentially controversial, but 100% laughable. This is A Kettle of Fish with your hosts, Paul, Robert, Tyler, and Frank.
Well, welcome everyone.
Hi.
This is episode 88.
Is it? Double
Of
eight?
A Kettle of Fish.
Double eight was my spy
minus
name.
one fish.
Oh, yeah.
I actually have a new voicemail that I meant to get you guys to hear, but Tyler really needs to be involved, and unfortunately, he's not here.
Is it another?
No. So-
I love Tyler. Tyler needs to come back to the show. You guys suck without Tyler. Yeah, exactly.
And he thanks you, Paul,
Oh,
as
yeah?
well.
Who?
And then he also
Really?
thanks all of us for
He
giving
thanks
him.
us?
Yeah, he thanks us.
Fucking what?
For bringing Tyler back.
Oh,
For bringing Tyler back and also giving him something to listen to while he is toiling away in the warehouses of UPS.
Oh,
So
is it Miles?
it is not Miles.
Okay.
I don't even know if Miles knows that this show exists. But Miles, if you do listen to this, what up?
Which?
Oh, Mr. Oh,
Yes, Mr.
Yeah. I still
I guess we
see him
should-
on the roads. I
should
see
we
him
not
from
quack
time to
out
time.
his
Say,
last
yeah,
name?
you shouldn't be just saying people's
You
names
can-
on the
You can
internet.
duck it out. It's fine. You can quack it out. It's fine.
I'm gonna quack.
Miles.
Or you can
Or
just
what
you can quack-
he's got like
quack
5
both the first and
syllables.
last name. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's
So it'd be
I won't
Miles.
do the first and last name. It's even more funny because he also brings up the fact that or he thanked you, Paul, for outing him during the last voicemail.
Oh, did I? Yeah. Because he was holding his nose, talking to the fucking receiver. Like, come on, man.
Oh, God.
While I also did not necessarily help the situation by keeping his name in the recording, you're the one that said it on the recording.
Oh, I said his name. I don't even remember, man.
See,
I'm like
you wrote
out of
the
it.
file name or some
Shit,
shit.
I just like scratched my head and my fucking ponytail came out.
Nice. So since we're kind of talking about him, I do want to give a quick shout out to Jason and his wife Holly, specifically his wife Holly, though, because they gave me a
Jason,
late
Will,
birthday
and Holly.
gift, and it's the fucking
When's your birthday?
Lego model of Ecto 1.
Oh, sick.
When's your birthday?
Whoa, dude. And apparently Holly was like kind of concerned that I would not have found it awesome, and I was like, she has a not good what was
That was a
Was that a pair
stapler
of scissors?
remover because you ignored me 3 times.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've gotten used to that. Why? What'd you say?
When's your birthday?
Oh, it was December.
Oh, well, fuck you. Nobody cares. That was forever ago.
So they cared.
Yeah.
They cared.
Paul,
They cared enough
Paul,
to give
we
it
told
to
him-
me.
We told
this
him
late.
happy birthday way back when, dude.
Yeah, you did.
It's legit.
Yeah.
So they gave you a late birthday present?
Hey, I'll take it.
No,
Especially
that's
when it's
fine. I'm just
frickin'
I'm assuming
Lego
they gave
Ecto
it to
1.
you recently because I remember you saying you didn't have the Ecto 1 Lego thing.
That's correct. No, yeah, they did give it to me recently. It was like this past week.
Oh, okay.
Past weekend.
Well, congratulations. I hope you have fun with that.
Oh, I am going to
I
have fun with it.
don't know why I congratulated you like you had a child or something, but yeah, go ahead.
I'm on the hunt for like a display case and everything. I'm gonna buy the lights and put in
Is
it.
it-
Yeah.
Is it the big one or is it like the little one?
I don't know yet. Let me answer that when I put it together.
Okay. Because I got the little one that was like $80 at Toys R Us or some shit.
It might be the little one, and honestly, I don't care.
No, that's
like
fine. I mean, they're
the big
both
one's
pretty
cool,
good.
but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean they do the smaller one. Yeah, I don't care. Like I was telling them in my room right now, and I told you
It's
guys
the
on
most-
the spoiler cast that we did last time. You know, in my room right now, there's like 5 different iterations of Ecto 1. Well,
Oh,
not
yeah.
really iterations,
Oh,
but
yeah.
just 5 representations of Ecto 1.
favorite character of those
It is. It is.
Yeah, I know. That's good for
I
you. man.
almost thought that was going to be a cop out too until Frank was like, "Oh, you took mine." I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
But-
No, it's not a cop out. I think that's accurate, even though it's a different car in almost every movie.
That is not true. It was only different in the women's one.
And in Ghostbusters 2.
No, it wasn't. It's the same car, just different shit on it.
Yeah, they just added
They
more crap
renamed
to the top
it.
of
It was a different name.
It was Ecto
Cool.
1A because they added more shit on it and the caution tape
And
like stripe. But it was the same car.
so they completely disassembled it and changed its look back to the first movie's car for Afterlife?
I mean, maybe.
Okay.
We don't know what you got into that. Maybe he was like, I want to rip this, radar off the roof. Or
I think it was way more than that. Little aesthetic things like the winged backlights and shit like their tail
no,
lights.
that was all there.
Was it?
Still.
Okay. Maybe I don't pay attention to the car
That's a part
as
of the
much as you.
baseline
Jesus
hearse.
Christ.
Yeah.
Jesus Chrysler.
It was a Buick, but whatever. Or Cadillac.
Cadillac.
It was a Cadillac. I corrected myself.
Jesus
59
Cadillac is not
Meteor.
as funny as Jesus Chrysler.
No, it's not.
Fuck!
But
I
yeah,
dropped my little
so-
laptop.
Good, I guess.
What?
So, how have you guys been? I feel like it's been a minute since we've done a recording. I actually feel kind of bad we're doing this without Tyler, but things.
Well, we have to be sure, for Jason's sake, that we nerded up heavy in this episode, so he doesn't find
That's
fault
true.
with our recording again. I'm on to you.
Yeah.
Now I remember your name, and that's a problem. So we're gonna have fun with that.
I also said it like 5 minutes ago.
I know, but that doesn't mean I would retain it.
That's accurate. That is accurate.
He took fault with how lack of nerd we were. And I
It's true.
personally take that as an attack on my very soul. So, yeah.
I see.
Yeah. I feel like I'm a pretty nerdy fellow.
I don't know about pretty.
That hurt me in ways you'll never understand. And I'm very upset with you. And I'm going to be upset with you forever now.
Anyways.
So what
You
were you
guys doing okay?
Oh, yeah.
Doing all right?
Yeah, just actually had a pork loin cooking.
Oh, man.
But it's fine. I think it's done now, so it should be good.
I've gotten a system down with how I do a pork loin on the grill, and it's
I
mwah.
just threw it in
So
the oven.
Little some Asiago, whatever. Yeah. Cool.
Asiago.
The Asiago. Do you remember? All right, I don't know why, but Subway actually had an Asiago like bread. I don't remember what, like, I guess like the Italian urban cheese that they have now, but they got rid of it, and I was super mad because it was so good.
Is that a
Anyways.
parrot from the land of Aussie?
No.
Asiago.
Oh my God. Now I know why he misses Tyler so much. This is getting to be very painful. I'm so sorry, Jason. Oh God.
Sounds
Okay.
like
What?
Gilbert Gottfried.
I do remember the Asiago bread, but let's not talk about it.
It was fire.
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck we got to that conversation, so please
No, I
never
don't
bring
either.
it up again.
Because you said Asiago.
I did not say Asiago. You did.
I don't. Yeah, you brought up the Asiago, buddy. We were talking about some freaking.
I just said I
fucking
cooked a
pork
fucking
loin or
pork
some
loin.
shit.
You goddamn
Oh, that's
animal.
right. Yeah.
Before
The
that,
marinade is
we were
like an
talking about
Asiago,
video games
peppercorn.
before we started the podcast. We were talking about
Yeah.
Western
You-
video
you-
games and how they don't seem to exist. Like developers don't want to
exist
touch
outside
them.
of Red Dead Redemption and yeah.
I take a personal stake in this because out of everything in the world, Westerns are my absolute favorite thing. Like, if there's a cowboy character in a game, I'm playing that character forever and nobody else. Fuck. Overwatch, I'm always McCree. Fuck it. If McCree's locked out, I'll quit that game and go find another one. I'm not dealing with
Oh, yeah.
Why do you think that is? I mean, Evil West is a Western game, right?
Evil West is a Western game that plays like the newer God of Wars, and it sucks booty.
I thought you liked it.
No,
you
I-
talked about it.
No, Weird
So
West is the one that I like.
Oh,
And I really wish they'd stop putting West in the title of the Western. If you put a character with a cowboy hat on the cover of your game, I'm fairly certain people will understand. You don't have to put West in the title. But I digress, because there's Hard West, Weird West, Evil West.
Right.
I'm sure
Wild West.
Well, that's a movie. Come on. Blood West is another one, which is like a boomer shooter thing, like that old game Dark Watch, where it's a first-person shooter and you shoot vampires. Except in Blood West, I think it's like demons or zombies or some shit.
I'm totally naming this episode West Kettle or Western Kettle.
No, nice. Don't do that. But there's a lot of Western games that have failed too, and they really shouldn't have. They should have been way more popular, and I think that's what puts people off of making Western games. Like Lead and Gold was Team Fortress, but a Western.
Okay.
And it was pretty fun while it lasted. I don't think you can play it anymore. I'm not sure. And then there's little ones that are like quote unquote Western. Like you could say Fallout New Vegas is a Western.
Yeah.
With big iron.
You could say it's Western inspired.
Yeah.
But it's not Western.
It's funny because I actually looked up a list of, like what are the best Western video games? And they have there's a list of 17 of them here. Number 17, Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah. My time in Sandrock, it's quote unquote a Western, but it's more of like a social thing, like Stardew Valley. It's not a bad game, but it's not a Western. And 90% of the Western games just go the weird route. It's like, demons, zombies, vampires. And it's like, why? Like, look at the success of Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2. And why haven't we seen more copycats of that at all? Like, Fortnite has 1,000 copycats, and,
It's true. I guess none of them there hasn't been a Western to make that kind of money except Red Dead.
I mean, try, man. Because like Gun was the only one to fucking try.
Right.
And that.
What about Red Steel? You never liked Red Steel? Did you ever play Red Steel?
Robert, I'll kill you. We're not talking about Wii games, okay?
It's still a game.
No! No, I didn't like Red Steel. It's another I'm not a big fan of first-person shooter Westerns. Like Call of Juarez Gunslinger is okay, but I'm just not a big first-person shooter Western fan. I don't know why. I prefer it third person for that, at least. Or if
you want to see the hat.
Yeah. I gotta see specific. I gotta see my character.
We want to see, or Paul would like to see, third-person view Westerns.
Yeah.
So more Red Dead.
More Red Dead, Gun. What was another good one that I really liked? I'm racking my brain.
That's pretty much it, right?
World.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Holy shit. Yeah, Red Dead and Gun. So even Red Dead Revolver. Now, there are some of the like tactic ones or like the isometric action ones, like Weird West is really good. Like no, I hated Desperados. It's a stealth game. And I'm glad that company went out of business.
Damn, you just gotta throw it.
Fuck them. Because all of their games are exactly the same. Shadow Tactics, Shadow Gambit, Desperados. It's like, oh, cool, it's an isometric Western game. Oh, cool, it's an isometric pirate game. Oh, cool, it's an isometric fucking samurai game. Those sound really neat. What do you do in them? You just sneak around in bushes and don't get seen.
You know what? Actually, I'm going to pose a question to you. A really good Western game or a really good pirate game? Which one?
Since I've already gotten a really good Western game with Red Dead Redemption, I'd say a really good pirate game because those don't exist at all. So,
no, there is one that does exist. It's just not an actual pirate game.
No.
You can't say that's not a pirate game.
What?
Black Flag.
No, it's an assassin game. Okay, fine. Assassin's Creed Black Flag, fine. Kind of.
That is a pirate-ass assassin game. But only
after you get the ship, and that takes 3 fucking hours of gameplay to get to.
I mean, that's okay.
You do a lot of Assassin's Creed bullshit before you even get to the ship.
Yeah. Yeah,
and then once you get
fair.
the ship, you never do the Assassin's Creed bullshit again until you want to beat the game. So, you know.
It's also true.
But see, some people would fight me, right? They'd be like, oh, but Sea of Thieves. And I'm like, no, because I want a single player or co-op pirate game. I don't want to be fighting other players nonstop. I don't want to be griefed by fucking 13-year-olds who just sit on my ship with a blunderbuss and pop me in the head every time I come back to life and aren't even at that point, just take my shit and go, man. I don't, just let me.
I did have some fun with Sea of Thieves, though.
I had no fun with it. I had negative fun. I had so much not fun that it ruined other games for me. And I sold my Xbox. Sea of Thieves is the bane of negative fun.
Negative fun.
It was work for him.
I spent like 2-3 hours with Josh and Noel. We took this fucking like skeleton base out and we had all this fucking treasure on our teeny tiny fucking rinky dink boat. We had no upgrades or anything. So we were finally going to customize shit. We'll get about halfway back to sell all of it. And some dude shoots his way onto our ship from his cannon and just destroys us, sinks our ship and takes all our shit. And at that point I was just like, I'm done. It just feels like I wasted time. And I hate feeling like that when I play a game. The fun shouldn't be taken away from me by another person. I don't feel like it's fine if you want to have PvP elements in a game like that, but like seclude a zone
have it as
of
a
the
separate
sea.
mode kind of deal.
Have it as a separate mode. But like make one area like, oh, that's the PvP zone. If you go over there,
That's honestly one thing. I know it's a little off of the genre that you're talking about, but that's one thing I really loved about The Division with how they incorporated PvE and PvP.
Yeah, The Division's a good example. I like that. It's a bad game, but it's a good example of how you should handle. I don't even
think it's a bad game. I don't think it's a great game, but I don't think it's a bad game.
Oh, I hate it. I loathe it entirely. I should go into a tactical fucking Tom Clancy game and shoot a guy 49 times in the head and he still not die.
Yeah, they are blood spongy. For sure.
I don't like when RPG elements like that seep into shooter games. Like it feels off.
The numbers flying everywhere.
Yeah, I just like, man, won't it die? Like, come on, man. You're normal. Like if it's a monster alien thing in Destiny, it's like, oh, okay, I get it. But Joe from Washington, just fucking tanking those shots, no mask or anything on his face, and he's just like, I didn't feel anything. His face is 98% just bullet. It's not even like a human face anymore at that point. And he's still got half a health bar. It's like, I get it.
But bullet sponginess is
so why put a sniper rifle in the game? You know what I mean? Like, there's no fucking point. And Ghost Recon Breakpoint tried to do the same thing, but thank God 3 years later they put in a new mode that like lets you turn that shit off. So, you know.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. I
don't think I played Breakpoint.
Yeah, Breakpoint lets you turn the RPG bullshit off. So it's more of like a realistic tactical shooter. So it's like one-shot headshots and things like that.
I might have to go back and play that because I actually kind of like Wildlands. You and I played a lot of Wildlands.
Breakpoint sucks compared to Wildlands because Breakpoint is like 40 times bigger than Wildlands and there's a whole lot of nothing going on in that world. So it's boring.
One of the best shots I ever had with a sniper rifle was against you in Wildlands. If we weren't even playing like against each other, it wasn't even PvP or anything like that. You were like flying off, you were bullshitting around, doing whatever it is that you do. And you were in a helicopter and just flew off super fast, side to side. And I just like took one shot.
Right. I remember that. You just popped a shot and the helicopter was essentially sideways. I remember that. You also somehow sniped a helicopter down and it happened to land exactly where I was standing picking up a collectible.
Sounds about right.
And then one time you blew up an APC and it jumped up in the air and landed on top of me. So that was those games are at their best when you're playing it with people for sure.
Yeah, agreed.
Me and my buddy Lucas were playing Breakpoint. It was a lot of fun with him.
So what I'm hearing is Paul is essentially Wile E. Coyote whenever you play with him.
Yeah,
basically,
it's pretty much.
Basically. He's just secretly trying to,
but back to the whole pirate thing in general is like if Sea of Thieves delegated out like just a PvP area or had a separate PvP mode, I probably actually would like it. If Sea of Thieves was just a co-op game, I might like it. If Skull and Bones had an offline mode, I'd probably still not like it as much as I would like other games, but it would probably be better.
I wanted Skull and Bones. Of course, you know this. I wanted Skull and Bones to be.
You did stop talking about it for like ever.
Yeah,
I tried to warn people.
I'm pretty sure we did a show like what of our most anticipated games, and that was probably on that list. Like you, I want a realistic.
I want to be able to get
awesome
off the boat
ass pirate game
whenever I want. I want to be able to just walk the deck of my ship and fucking just be free with it, because that's the whole point of being a pirate, is being free. And it's like when you fucking start secluding me to bullshit and keeping me from exploring the sandbox how I want to, you're to
loot and pillage.
I'm at fucking Disney World on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride now. I'm not at, and that analogy hits so hard for Skull and Bones, because as soon as you leave the first little hub area on your little rinky-dink bullshit boat, you have a fucking tutorial quest to go collect wood. Guess what you're doing? You're standing in fucking line behind a bunch of other ships, because resources are set to a respawn timer, and it's not. Why? World of Warcraft stopped doing that shit 20 years ago. Why the fuck are you doing that? So you're sitting behind all these other ships. Every part of the world except the little tiny circle around the hub area is PvP. So not only are you sitting in line waiting to get your resources, some asshole in a little boat is throwing spears at you, trying to sink you while you're doing this. And it's like, the fuck is going on, man? Why?
Right.
And the whole live service bullshit's just annoying. So.
It's a little bit of a stretch, but would you consider Raft a pirate game?
No. Raft is a recyclable survival game.
Okay.
I when it comes,
there's not much pirating, but you are on the seas.
When I think of a pirate game, I think of something like, there'll be like merchant ships that you can fucking rob. There'll be Navy ships that you have to avoid or get in combat with. You'll be able to get off your ship and explore an island for buried treasure, or it'll have mythical, mystic fucking elements to it, like sea witches and skeletons and blah.
Krakens.
And there'll be boss fights with krakens or megalodons. And Sea of Thieves, like I said, does if it had an offline co-op mode or something like that where there's no PvP, perfect. I would like it a lot, but yeah.
Okay. Frank, what about you? Do you have a genre of a video game that is just woefully represented?
Woefully unrepresented?
Misrepresented?
Or misrepresented, sure.
Well, I'm kind of with Paul on that. I mean, Westerns just don't have their time in the sun at all.
Red Dead's pretty much it.
I'm kind of, I would like to see Westerns. And again, with Paul on I'd like to see, a good pirate RPG, any good co-op game where you can really get into the meat and potato, a good co-op RPG, just don't really see those anymore, like a co-op action RPG. I guess it's just like really hard to really come up, like to really make one where you can actually level up your characters and everything. That'd be pretty sick. So I would love to see that.
So that's funny you say that, because they actually canceled one. And I just remembered this. It was a cover story for Game Informer years ago. I think I still have the magazine. It was Pirates of the Caribbean Armada of the Damned, and it was an RPG, like single player pirate game. It was open world. It had RPG elements. Here, I'll post some pictures in the Discord. But that was probably going to be the closest thing we would have gotten to what you're currently talking about, and they fucking threw it all away.
Oh, that doesn't look bad at all.
Yeah, I know. And you got to think this was years ago too. So, I mean, sorry, there's a big absolute waste, but the scenery was nice, you know? And it would have been set in like, it extended the Pirates of the Caribbean lore and had like that, you know, mystic bullshit that Pirates of the Caribbean does.
Right.
And I know they had planned out to do like a class system, so you could have like a magic wielding pirate. I remember like a brief trailer of it showed this bitch with like some kind of spiritual anchor that she was just throwing around like a melee weapon, and it looked good. I hate that it got canceled.
Right.
Everybody go complain at Disney. Fucking
well, they get enough complaints.
Continue complaining at Disney. But it also reminded me of the Pirates of the Caribbean MMO that didn't really take off, and it was kind of neat. Like you had your own little ship and you were your own little pirate dude, and there's no good pirate games, man. And I know some people are like, oh, you want a pirate RPG? Go play Risen 3, and it's like, man, that is not a pirate RPG. Don't fucking lie to me. Just because it has pirates in it does not make it a pirate RPG. Drives me nuts.
What about you, Rob? What are you wishing to play?
It's kind of, man, there haven't been very many games to scratch this, but there's like 2. No, you know what though? I want to just clump it all with like vehicle destruction, like road rash ish, but like more in the realm of Twisted Metal.
Have you played Wreckfest?
Okay.
I have not. Oh no, did I play? I did play Wreckfest. I forgot about that, but that was also like 360 era, right?
No, that was
Xbox One.
Xbox One, I think. Yeah,
Wreckfest, Burnout.
What was that? What was that post-apocalyptic one where you made like a fucking Mad Max style vehicle?
Was it Mad Max?
No. Mad Max, great game. Go play it.
Oh yeah, Mad Max was fantastic.
Hold on, you're gonna hear some clickety clack. A post-apocalyptic car wrecking game. What'd you call it? What was the genre?
Like vehicle destruction, like vehicle combat, I guess.
Okay, vehicle combat. That's a good one. I like that. Vehicle combat. Crossout. It was called Crossout.
Crossout.
Crossout. You built like just fucking crazy tank cars. It was very Mad Max inspired. You put guns and missiles and shit like that on it.
When was this?
2017.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, me and Josh used to play it super heavy because it is co-op. And
it was free to play.
It's free to play. Go check that out. Go check out Crossout. It does have some like scummy microtransaction shit, but once you get past that and just like
ignore
if it's
free to play, that's kind of expected, right?
Yeah.
Now would be great to transition into Tyler's topic of microtransactions, but we'll table that for right now.
Yeah,
to save that for another day.
But I really liked it. The only reason I stopped playing it was because Josh stopped playing it. So like he wasn't online anymore. So
damn it, Josh.
Yeah,
you ruined a good thing.
No, I love Josh, but you know he got busy with life and shit, so I can't play him.
Gotcha.
But I think you can still play it on the new gen consoles. So if you like those kind of games, there you go.
The website definitely showed that you can play. You get a bonus if you play it on PC, and it is available on the PlayStation and Xbox.
There you go, man. See, like that's good to share because everybody sees different shit.
I might have to go download that and give that a try.
If you like it, let me know. Awesome. I might hop back on there.
Okay, I get it on Steam. It's free to play. Why not?
Oh, you can even design your own vehicles.
Yeah. It's all
from the ground up. Tank treads, tires, whatever you want to do. And that's
cool.
It's pretty sick looking.
It's really cool. All right, Paul. This is when you typed this in the show topic ideas.
Oh Lord, I don't even know what it is.
jumped for joy because it was one that I felt really strongly about fairly quickly.
Really? What was it?
Yes. It is you asked for a book or series you'd like to see adapted into a game, and how would it fit? I have an idea of how my suggestion would fit.
Okay.
Because immediately
damn, that should already finish
probably
installing.
know I'm not do it.
I installed Crossout and it was like bleep. It's like such a small game.
Nice. My plate, yeah. I'm not much for reading. I don't do a whole lot of reading, and that's a whole nother subject. But
yeah, because you're a bad human. Yeah, I got you.
Apparently, I really want to read too, but that's the thing.
You gotta read, man. You gotta keep your brain alive with the sound.
There is a series of books. It's called Daemon.
Okay,
let's see.
Daemon.
Yes.
So demon is how that's pronounced.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense because it's like very like cyber.
I don't get to correct you a lot, so that's.
Anyways, it's a series of books. They're not all called that, but it's a series of books by a guy named Daniel Suarez, and it follows. I don't want to give too much of it away, but essentially this uber like crazy rich computer programmer guy dies from like cancer. Okay. I forget if he did like video games or whatnot. Anyways, he was super smart in technology and he dies kind of early of a disease.
Okay.
When he dies, he has a computer that is triggered by the mention of his death to release this demon
like
into
onto
the web, and it attacks like a water pump station and like utilities. It gets the FBI involved, and it's crazy wild. There's like one particular scene in one chapter where the FBI is coming into his house because they figured out that it's from him or it was released from him, and it's like this madhouse of like booby traps and just people dying all over the place.
Jesus.
And the book follows like two FBI agents. It's kind of like a all right, this chapter is following this person, this next chapter is following this next person kind of deal. Okay. And I thought when you said that would be a dope ass game, and you could select like which character or which.
So would it be like a detective noir thing?
Kind of. Okay. Oh, though, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. They weren't both FBI agents. One of them is an FBI agent, and the other one was like a criminal. I don't remember why he got let loose, though. I think he had like some sort of insight into what was going on.
This is why you should read more.
It was fucking awesome. Like, again, as somebody who does not read books, this
cool.
series of books it scratched all of the itches. It was amazing from start to finish.
There are unfortunately a lot of like cyberpunky crime noir, things that are so similar to that though, and stuff that's coming out soon too. So I mean, if you like that kind of thing, definitely. I wish I could remember the name of all of them, but there's like one where he's like a detective that can rewind time, but it looks like fucking Blade Runner cyberpunk kind of aesthetic. He's a detective. I'll have to Google it. I don't know what it is. Hold on. Because now it's going to bother me. Because if I don't do it now, I'll forget.
But that whole idea of this, and the possibility of it actually happening, it made so much sense. And the author Daniel Suarez, he comes from that type of background. Like he was in like cybersecurity and in what's the word? It's big right now. Cybersecurity, that type of stuff. I can't. Yeah, like
I got you.
That shit. It was awesome. Like it literally checks all the boxes, and it doesn't take much to have any type of like suspension of like disbelief because it's all very plausible kind of shit.
I wonder when they're going to deliver those.
I don't know.
All the cookies that I accept, I still haven't gotten them yet.
God. But when you type that, what's a book or series you wanted then?
Hold on, sorry. I just found your game though. Or not your game, but the game I was talking about. Nobody Wants to Die is the name of the game.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Let me see.
It's a cyberpunk noir detective game with a hard-boiled private dick, and he can reverse time. Yeah, looks cool. It says it's sort of like a detective puzzle game, so it might be right up your alley. I know how you are with fucking puzzle games, but we'll talk about that in another day.
That is for Level Select Games, the other podcast that we do.
Go listen to us on the other show, everybody.
Yes, go listen to that one when it eventually airs.
It's supposed to be the first of the month. So we need to record that.
So I wrote that. Are there any books or series you like to see adapted into a game, and how would it fit? You know where that question came from?
I have no idea because I can't read your
I was wondering if you knew. Yeah, I thought you could read my mind. It came from. It actually is something inspired by my stepdad. He used to have all these crazy ideas for fun little games and things like that, and a lot of them were based on like movies or TV shows that he liked, and he'd sit down and explain it. He's like, doesn't that sound cool as shit? And I'm like, yeah, that sounds cool. But like one of them was what is his name? What's that fucking TV show where he makes things out of like duct tape and paper clips? Like he makes
MacGyver?
Yeah, he was like, wouldn't a MacGyver game be super cool? Like you could highlight
I would be down for that.
All the shit that's laying in one area and then like select what to build from it, and it would branch off into different situations based on what you built. And I was like, that sounds cool as fuck. Like mix the combination crafting from like Dead Rising. But I was like, that sounds cool. So that's kind of where that question's inspired from. I don't know if I had anything particular in mind when I wrote that though.
Nice.
Which is it's terrible because I'm actually working on my own thing where it's like game ideas based on random thoughts that I've had. So the fact that I can't even think of anything right now is kind of putting a dour fucking moment on me. I can't even speak right now. I'm so fucking like brain bleh trying to figure this out. Frank, you go and I'll have a think.
Say, Frank, you're a red kind of person. You're
yeah.
Was it Frank, just books? Was the question just books?
Books, TV shows,
yeah, I was
movies.
About to say, I thought it was TV and stuff too. Because I actually thought of the A-Team. I would love to see an A-Team game.
Love it when a plan comes together.
Did they not have one like in the era of licensed games back in the day?
No, never had it. I don't remember
they might
ever
have had
seeing
an old,
an A-Team
like,
game.
Fucking terrible one.
I never saw one on the. At least I don't recall seeing one on the Nintendo.
I gotcha.
I remember they had an old Mad Max game before they did the one on the last gen consoles, and
sorry,
it was different. It was hard as F, but
they
had the Lego
this is what
Dimensions.
I'm remembering. They did do an A-Team game, but it was a board game.
Oh, see, well, no, that's not the same. We're talking video
apparently
game.
It was terrible.
That's funny.
Gotcha. And it would have to be like old school A-Team. As much as I enjoyed the Redux, it had to be the original A-Team.
Well, you don't like Liam Neeson and Bradley Cooper?
I liked what's his name is Murdoch. And
Dwight Schultz.
Who?
Dwight Schultz is the guy that played Murdoch.
Was
it?
Why do I know that? I don't know. I didn't really like A-Team though.
So, anywho, I did like some of the cast and all. In general, I like the whole cast, but I don't know. It's nostalgia for me. And you kind of have to honor the old school, the original crew.
Okay, so apparently there was a retro game called El Equipo A.
Oh, God.
God.
That sounds about right.
It was only released in Spain.
Okay, that checks out.
It's an Operation Wolf clone game, doing nothing special, but it ticks all the boxes for license game.
Nice.
So stupid.
Nice.
Sorry, I'm just over here scrounging through Google.
So it was unlicensed then, that's what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay. Apparently there was a mobile, like, 1-2 when the reboot movie came out. And Lego Dimensions had a A-Team, like, set. So they're not strangers to games, but they are not in the spotlight whatsoever. No, so yeah, I can definitely see a good A-Team game.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind a decent Knight Rider game, but they did that. They were all terrible.
How would the A-Team game play or fit like into gaming? So like, would it be similar to anything?
It's got to be like a team base,
like
strategy,
a co-op.
Almost like a what's it called?
Like Payday or.
Well, I think it could be like part Payday, part LA Noire. Just kind of like almost like crime solving.
Oh, okay.
Because they did kind of do some investigation too, so that'd be really cool.
Sure.
No, I think the developer could really have some fun with it.
What the hell's the name of that game?
I would love to see where they take it.
XCOM. That's the game that I was thinking of. Very XCOM, like team base.
Oh, strategy? Oh, yeah.
Like a strategy tactics thing? Oh, pretty neat.
And then maybe you could have it as a driving game between missions.
Oh, you've got to have the van.
You've
got to.
And then the helicopter, too. You have
little driving segment.
Oh, I forgot about the helicopter.
Some flying missions in the mix. And change it up. You do all kinds of crazy stuff with it. And then you could also have because they always build some really off-the-wall crazy stuff. You could have some kind of crafting crap in the mix somehow. I don't know. It'd be really weird.
That's where MacGyver pops
the
out.
MacGyver stuff, yeah.
And he's like, hey, man, I got some duct tape and a piece of bubble gum.
And a paper clip.
Let's go.
Fucking. Man, I am still trying to think. Like, I'm like, fuck, no, that has a game.
Why don't we just do like a Lego Dimensions of like, but not Lego, of just like 80s and 90s, like awesome action TV shows.
See, that's a shame you say that because Lego Dimensions did that. They had a Knight Rider, they had an A-Team, they had a bunch of shit in Lego Dimensions.
They had A-Team?
Yeah. I just said that just said 5 minutes ago.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. I was
like, I have the van.
Yep.
Do you know how quickly my brain shuts you off? Like, it's like,
I know, and I've got to say it here and now in public, in front of God and everyone. It irks me so goddamn much when you, especially you, who should be listening to me as a friend, or anybody else hits me with that, that's too long, I didn't read, like TLDR bullshit. It's like, I expect some fucking respect that I put into listening to your bullshit all the time. I read everything you say, God damn it, and respond to you in kind. And you're like, yeah, no, I turned my brain off. I didn't listen to that, or I didn't read that. Or
I was in a weird mood when I typed that. I'm not entirely sure why,
like
but I could
you were in a weird mood. I was about
to
fucking
hatred in your reply.
I was so fucking mad. I was like, you piece of shit. It's
no. That is not what you said. Your reply was,
off.
"Oh fuck you."
Oh fuck you. It was kind of joking at first, but then I really started getting mad, and I was like, "I'm so mad he keeps doing that shit to me." And I'm getting like,
you write.
Wait, what did he do?
Dissertations.
I said something, and like we were going back and forth, and then he's like, "You know what?
I'm messing with you, Paul. I'm messing with you, Jesus."
Oh fuck! I hate it. So like,
my guy's he's got like a 2,500 count essay in his.
Look, man, I have a lot of shit to say, and I feel like it's important. And yet you're bad too, but you do break yours up into paragraphs, so it's a little easier to read.
I wait for responses sometimes.
There's that last one that I did where I had that dream, and you were like, "Jeez."
Oh man!
Oh my god! What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. But that's on the top of like my butt. Like, don't press that button. It pisses me off. They like that. Repeating myself.
TLDRs you.
Not the jolly candy-like red button.
Yeah, I hate that like culture though. The TLDR culture, like that whole fucking thing. Like, it's so fucking annoying. And then
Tyler needs to be here because he would immediately be like, based.
I know. I miss Tyler.
Well, my biggest thing though is like 9 times out of 10 when you guys are going on that stuff, I'm like looking at my phone at the fucking checkout line at the grocery store. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I can't read this. Or I'm driving down the road and it's like, oh fuck. The time I get home, it's like 500 messages long. I can't read through all this shit, man.
Can we get AI to take our voices and do text to speech for Frank to read all our shit?
No shit.
Probably could.
My damn car can't even keep up because sometimes my car will say, "Would you like to read this message?" It's like, yes. And it'll try and it'll read like half the first sentence and stop and like and it just gives up. It's especially on Paul's messages because it'll do like half of every other word, and I was like, oh god,
your car starts charging you for an audiobook subscription because it's so long.
Pretty much. I swear, one time it went to Sirius. It just switched to Sirius XM radio halfway through Paul's message. And I was like, yeah, that's about right.
God, even the radio doesn't read my shit. I'm so disrespected. Fucking Rodney Dangerfield bullshit, man. No respect.
No respect. No respect.
Not even the radio likes to listen to what I have to say. I can adjust my tie real quick.
Now I'm curious. All right, so that's something that I do that really irks you. What's something that Frank does that irks you?
Oh, Frank's perfect. He doesn't do anything to upset me.
Oh, bullshit.
I honestly, you know what? I feel like Tyler and Robert piss me off so much that I just have nothing that I get aggravated about.
There's definitely really. No, there is something. I know there was something. God damn it, there was something. I just can't remember what it is now.
But you were my boss, so you know. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I can't remember. I guess it's good for both of us that way.
There's nothing that Frank does that irritate because like the things that irritate me these days is just like I don't like repeating myself. It's like if somebody's like what and they do it again and I'm like I'm going to punch you in the face.
That's what it is. I make him repeat himself.
Yeah. The TLDR thing. I don't like lip smacky noises. Like that really gets on my nerves. Like the like that shit. Oh, fucking hate it.
Oh man, fuel. So much fuel.
I don't like when my serenity is disturbed. Like if I'm just in the zone, I'm drawing, I don't have music playing, I'm just sitting in silence, I'm enjoying like just a peaceful moment. And then somebody in the next room turns the TV up to 40 and the fucking theme song of some bullshit drama about vampires comes on. It drives me up a fucking wall and I lose my goddamn mind. So, like, I think that has something to do with ADHD though. Like, when your piece is disturbed in a way, like your brain just like, and you can't even fucking focus anymore.
That definitely that got away from.
They got away from my topic entirely.
Mm. Well, yes.
Like I didn't even get to answer anything of that. I don't know. But
what was the answer? Wait, hold up. No, about the Booker series.
Yeah, I didn't give an answer.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
You were like, I don't really have one right now.
I was thinking.
Yeah, you're waiting.
Yeah, I was thinking. That's I was waiting for you to finish yours.
Oh, I got you.
I didn't.
Gotcha. And then we
I mean, honestly, I could probably come up with a fucking list
you probably have one somewhere, no doubt.
I know. I would like to see more Doctor Who, like decent Doctor Who games. There are no good Doctor Who games. All of them suck. I think that's such a rich fucking area for exploration of video games if they do it right. I even have one on my list of like Why not like Lego Skywalker Saga, where you can explore the galaxy, but have it Doctor Who, and you can fucking just fly around, cool. You know, Lego Doctor Who. Then we know that's probably the most popular Lego Dimension thing too, was the Doctor Who one. So
I'm not even a Doctor Who fan, but I would play the shit out of that.
Yeah, go through time to solve puzzles and shit.
Some interest into it.
Yeah, that sounds cool as shit. I was watching One Piece the other day, and I know there's a lot of One Piece games, but also not any of them are any good, which is terrible. Most anime games are pretty fucking bad, unfortunately. Kakarot was okay. I like that one. But there are some filler episodes of One Piece where it takes place in a sort of fictional 1700s Japan. Where Luffy, the main character, is not a pirate; he's actually a policeman in this ancient Japan's scenario. I think that would be a great game, like just for anime fans in general, because most anime games are just fighting games.
There's all of them.
Almost all of them are just fighting games. Kakarot was kind of neat because it like let you explore the world and find shit, but almost all of them are like fucking Mortal Kombat style fighting games or some bullshit. And it's like, please stop. Anime has so much more to offer than just a versus mode. Like, I get so sick of that shit. And I mean, I've been sitting here looking at books and fucking thinking of movies that I have in there and shit like that. And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm the one that posed the topic and I can't even fucking think of anything that would work well. Because there's so much that I like that's already a game. Like, there's already good Ghostbuster games. There's already, like, decent Lord of the Rings games. There's already, good Star Wars games. I would like a Mandalorian game. I know they just canceled one, so, that's fun.
Yeah, I think Outlaws is going to be really, really good, but
I don't. I think it'll be okay, but the fact that they're pushing this $130 fucking bullshit edition of the game so hot and heavy has me so worried for the state of the game that I'm like,
yeah.
And they put Jabba in the trailer, and then we're like, oh yeah, you got to pay $130 to get access to the Jabba mission. It's like, guys, go fuck yourself. Seriously.
From what I understand, it's only one mission.
Right.
It's not like
does it
Jabba
even come with a season pass or
entirety
anything?
Is locked behind a paywall.
Does it come with is it like a season pass?
Oh, that I don't know. I just heard that Jabba was in the actual story itself.
See,
it's not just...
I know it comes with like 3-day early access, which I could give a rat's ass. I don't care.
Right.
But I know there's also a $180 edition. So it's just like, why?
Good God.
Yeah. That's the ultimate edition. What comes with a pre-order bonus, 3-day early access, season pass, rogue infiltrator bundle, Sabak shark bundle, digital art book. Like, who gives a goddamn, man?
Digital art book. Yeah. Download the images.
Or
yourself.
that's the $130 edition. Remember when you could unlock fucking game art from just playing the fucking game? Remember that?
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, hey, you did something special in the game. You got an art book unlock on the main menu now. And it's like, oh, that's neat. Now you have to pay fucking $130 to get access to it. What's funny, the digital art book's not even part of the gold edition. That's $109. You have to... like, that's so stupid. The $109 edition comes with the season pass. Though,
yeah. So. Who made this? Was this Ubisoft?
Ubisoft. Of course it was Ubisoft. Of course it was. Why would it?
It's so funny that you have that reaction, Paul, because I feel like the entire lifespan of this game has, or of this show, has
it's seen chronicled me fall from Ubisoft's good graces.
Opinion changing.
Yeah, I know.
I want to say, like, the first episode, we were talking about how much of a Ubisoft fan you are.
I still am. I still really like a lot of Ubisoft games. I don't like a lot of the more recent ones, but I still like I thought Immortals Phoenix Rising was the best thing they had put out, and then they added a fucking microtransaction shop to it, and I was like, okay, not like it put a sour taste in my mouth, but I ignored it. Like, I usually ignore their shops. Like, I don't give a goddamn. Like,
Right.
I hated.
They're usually fairly easy to ignore too.
Yeah, and it typically that doesn't make me hate the game. What makes me hate the game is the game. Like, I know Tyler would have a completely different opinion, like Dragon's Dog. Oh, I'm not playing. They put microtransaction to buy a key and shit. Like, yeah, but it doesn't affect the game. Like, I can still get that item in the game. Like, I don't care.
Right.
And I can largely ignore it. And they're not shoving the shop down my throat on the menu either. And in fact, the key that they sell you in the microtransaction is... real quick, I know.
Another dollar, another day.
No, just real quick.
Talk about...
Just real quick. Okay. No. You can get an infinite key at the beginning, so it doesn't ever break. I'm just saying. So anyway, they don't put a shop in there to shove it down your throat. So that's not the things that makes me hate the game. So with Ubisoft games, yeah, they try to shove it down your throat and it's scummy as fuck, whatever. But I know I shouldn't expect it because that's part of the problem. But with Ubisoft, I kind of expect it. Like, they've been doing it since Far Cry 4.
They've set that standard.
Yeah. But I like Far Cry 5. I liked Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I liked Phoenix Rising. I hate Valhalla. I like the mechanics of Ghost Recon Breakpoint, but I hate the world because it's so boring and it's so big. I hated Division 2 because it's like, I want to do Destiny, but worse. I fucking hated The Crew. Please stop doing those games. You don't do those. Stop making the Crew games, please, for the love of God. What was the other one that came out with recently? Their anime, that was stupid. Where like Rayman does cocaine, like it's like, please, like, it's so dumb. Fuck, I can't think of what else they've put out, but most of the more recent stuff has just been so big, unnecessarily big. Like, Immortals Phoenix Rising is fairly recent, but it felt focused, and the way the world was split up felt fun, and there was always shit to do. But Valhalla...
I wanted to look up relatively like recent Ubisoft games, and of course Skull and Bones comes up.
Oh yeah, no, fuck Skull and Bones entirely.
It's already $29.99. Ouch.
Yeah, fuck that game. I heard the Prince of Persia game's pretty good, but that's because it's a Metroidvania and it's hard to fuck that up. I didn't like Far Cry 6 either. Far Cry 6 felt like the soul of Far Cry had just been torn from it. I know you like Far Cry 6, but there's something just so lifeless about that game, especially coming off playing 5 and New Dawn, and you like the AI in 6 just feels like fucking robots. Like, they're just standing there doing nothing. But you go back and play New Dawn and you can sneak up to a camp and these guys are out there fucking lifting weights and fucking having conversations or playing darts and shit. Like, they feel like people. Far Cry 6 is like, okay, I'm killing robots. And then
it did feel that way. Later on,
there's a lack of animals.
The fact of it being a new Far Cry worn off.
Yeah.
It just
the planes felt unnecessary in 6. It felt like they only put them in there because they were in 5. But at least in 5, there was a whole boss fight centered around airplanes, so it felt like they had a purpose. But 6, man, like there's like barely any animals or any reason to even bother hunting them other than like go hunt the legendary ones just because it's been in every Far Cry for the last 3 or 4 games. And it felt like it was just Far Cry for the sake of being Far Cry. Like, it's like, okay, here's another one. Yeah, it's all the same shit, different day. And that sucks.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Well, yeah, he of course was the best part of the whole game. The only reason I kept playing it was to see more scenes with fucking Giancarlo Esposito. Like, I don't want to play this game for Danny. Fuck Danny. No, I don't give a goddamn about Danny. Danny doesn't give a goddamn about being there, so why should I?
Yeah, like, I felt like Danny could have been a much better character, a much better antagonist. But
the main character, he's not even the main character. Really the main character's the fucking leader of the rebellion. That's another thing that keeps happening. You keep not playing the main character, and I know I've talked about this on the show because it's something that pissed me off. It's like, why was Cal Kestis the main character of the first fucking game? It wasn't even his game. It was what's-her-name's game. Fucking Seer Junda. Like, it was her redemption arc. It was her falling to the dark side and recovering. It was all about her apprentice. Cal's just there. He should not have been the main character. Yeah. So that, we keep getting those moments where it's like, oh, okay, we did all the work for the rebellion leader lady, so she gets to shine in the cutscenes, and Danny's just fucking there. It feels like the main character of Oblivion, or like you weren't anybody. You were just delivering an amulet, and you got mixed up and shit. That was it.
That's true. I mean, maybe because it was early on, but I don't know. I feel like the character in Oblivion was more.
You were just some dude.
I don't know.
You were just a delivery guy, and I mean that's fine in RPGs. I think.
I just feel like it was better, better written and presented. I guess. Yeah,
like I don't always have to be the chosen one, but goddamn, in a narrative-focused game like Far Cry or Jedi Fallen Order, I should have a reason to want to be this character. Like, yeah. But the first thing Danny wants to do is leave the fucking island. Like, you just leave at the beginning of the game and end the game, and it's like, so what's if Danny doesn't want to be here? Why would I want to? So,
right.
I don't know. Ubisoft keeps. It used to be like, oh, this is great, this is great, this is great. And now it started slowly getting to, oh, this one's great, this sucks. This one's great, this sucks. And now it's just, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks. I have slowly fallen off the bandwagon of liking Ubisoft.
Yeah. And I mean, we can definitely go back and we've chronicled it.
Yeah, we can chronicle
over
it
88 episodes.
Shit, yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know who's in charge there. Obviously, a fucking like New York Times comic strip of a giant fat man with money bags is running Ubisoft. So
it's true.
Actually,
it's like some French guy, isn't it? Yeah.
I don't know. I wish, because they have the potential to do so much and they have so many good IP that it's just like, you're wasting it. Like, remember Zombie on the Wii U?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the concept is so good where you die, and then if you die, you become a new survivor, but your body becomes a zombie out wherever you died. And it's like,
I do like that.
That's cool as shit. And it's like, you re-released it on the other consoles as Zombie, and it, like, do another one. Fucking, why not?
Games like that have like weird and cool and very unique mechanics like that, and like the Lord of the Rings, like the Shadow of War. Like
I love Shadow of War.
What was the name of that system? The
Nemesis system.
Nemesis system. Like that, it gives character to the game that sometimes, like, everybody experiences it, but in slightly different ways.
Oh yeah, and that one's a good example of that. It's just
awesome.
I remember this orc. I fucked him up throughout the game and didn't even realize he became my nemesis. Like, I dropped the bee's nest on him so his face became swollen. I cut his head off so it attached back on with like metal around his neck. I cut his arm off so he had a hook for a hand, and he just kept coming back. And I'm like, dude, fuck off. I lit his ass on fire. So at the end of the game, he's leading the orc army against me, and I'm like, you need to be in a hospital. You look terrible. How the fuck are you still alive?
That's pretty awesome.
Pure vengeance.
Yeah, just pure fucking vengeance kept him going. He was the main character of the game, not Talion. Fucking right. Talion who? Fucking this orc. Yeah. I wish I could remember his name. Fucking.
So Frank, in the show topics, you said that you got a tarot card reading? And that you're a total skeptic.
No. I'm going to save that for the 4-person cast, because that's going to be a great topic for everybody to contribute on.
Can I ask what the comic idea is?
So for everyone who's listening, in our we have a Discord, and one of our threads is just show topic ideas, and Frank just types comic idea for Paul.
Yeah.
Are we talking like paper and like comic books comic?
No. This was like me and Paul were talking the other morning. I was going through.
He's asking me about storyboarding and stuff.
Yeah. I came across a what was it? It was a webinar between two different companies. One of them was CD Projekt Red. And it was two of their artists for the game. So it wasn't like the actual video game designers, just the artists. And I was like, oh, this would be really cool. I think Paul would like this. So I sent it to him. And then we got into kind of a little healthy discussion about, his pursuit of, what he wanted to do and if he wanted to get into game design still.
Just his art, like in general?
Yeah,
Okay.
Because he, at one point, he was really interested in, putting his creative skills into, like, game design. I know he's still trying to, get into the whole wanting to make games, but I think you're wanting to do more of, like, the storyboard pitching and letting somebody else actually make the games, right? That was
I'm not good at math.
Yeah. Well, you're not neither are these guys, and that was kind of the thing I was hoping that I could show you with that one particular thing was these guys literally just draw.
I'd like to be a Todd Howard where I can make a lot of like false promises and just give people ideas.
Yeah, not to like really poke fun, but Paul, if you could find like a job like that where you could be the idea
Todd
guy.
Howard. Oh, I'd love it.
Well,
I could go to Game Award shows and look super disappointed.
Get things started, but not necessarily see them all the way through.
Yeah, so, like what was the guy that did Fable? That guy.
Peter.
Exactly.
What is his name?
Peter Molyneux.
Monahan.
Yeah,
Molyneux.
Yeah.
Molyneux.
Yeah,
make false promises.
That's pretty funny.
And just lie to people.
Well, anyhow, we were talking a good bit about it, and I think I got him kind of frustrated towards the middle of the conversation there. No intention of doing so. I was just really wanting to kind of open him up to the prospect of, hey, look, you can still get into game,
right?
To the process of making games without having to do all that stuff. You just can still draw or paint or all the stuff he's doing now and just be a part of the team of people that make games. And then Paul, being Paul, getting in his own way in the conversation, I was like, you know what? I want you to make a comic for me. It's like, instead, no, let's wait. I'm gonna ask you to do this on the podcast.
Oh, okay. Now he's thought about and he's kind of pitched ideas of doing web comics before. Yeah. He's announced like launching them several times.
Yeah, I still have one I'm working on. I'm not working on it, but it's on my computer.
And this comic, it's going to be a pretty easy comic, and it's just a little description, and you don't even have to draw the comic out if you don't want to. But I just want you to picture your comic as a person standing and looking at a brick wall.
Okay.
Right. And that's your first frame. This guy's looking at a brick wall.
All right.
All right. Now, this brick wall, the next frame, you're going to look at how tall the brick wall is.
Okay.
Probably twice as tall as the person.
Yeah, sure.
Frustrated.
Okay.
Annoyed.
The wall is frustrated?
No, the person is.
Oh, okay.
The typical Paul response, like, man, I can't do this, right? There's no way in the world that I can do this.
All right.
Right. Take a step back. The wall's only 4 feet wide.
So you're telling me to walk around?
I'm telling you can walk around it.
Can and ability to do so.
Yeah. You have the ability to walk around it.
I don't, though, man. I'm a fraud.
That is a damn lie.
I am absolutely a fraud. I know nothing about color theory, shading, lighting, yada, yada, yada. You name it. I don't fucking know it. That's why I'm not good at photography, too. Or at least I don't feel like I am, because I just picked up a camera and started clicking. I don't know shit about composition or fucking all that other fucking
that shit that bullshit. You learn.
But I don't. I've been drawing since I was a child.
Are you not better than you were when you were a child? Do you not have better understanding of drawing?
I don't know if I have a better understanding of it, but I am better now as far as how well that is represented in technique, and everything else is questionable at best. I just kind of copy what I see other people doing.
Okay.
And even then, I don't do it well. I mean,
when you don't know something, though, what do you typically do?
I give up.
You just give up?
Yeah, I give up.
You don't try to figure it out, or
nah, because it's hard for me to
anybody.
It's hard for me to teach myself, like to go and like physically push myself to go learn something, and it's like I also feel like other people are way more qualified for this or this than I would ever be. And I know I shouldn't compare myself to other people, but it's like...
So it's like imposter syndrome, would I actually being in the position to be an imposter?
Kind of. I call it being a fraud syndrome, because I just fake it. Because honestly, I mean, I don't know shit about anatomy. I don't know the first fucking thing about anatomy. And then I get fucking people on Instagram, it's like, oh, you know shape so well. And I'm like, okay, sure. I didn't even try. And I'm just, it doesn't feel earned or deserved. And I'm grateful that people are bothering to follow me on Instagram at all and have maintained it, even though I'm sure 550 of them are bots out of the 555 that are on there.
You have to pay for bots, Paul.
So
yeah,
well,
you do. They don't just follow you.
Oh, well, then I don't know what everybody's problem is. They're not unfollowing me so far, and I haven't posted shit in days, weeks. I don't know how long it's been. But I don't know, man. Like, you look at some of these jobs, and you're just like, man, I'd love to do that. And then you go and look at what it takes to apply, and it's like, oh, you need a bachelor's degree and a portfolio and experience or this, that, and the other. And it's like, okay, I don't have any of those things. I don't have a portfolio. The closest thing I have is my Instagram account. All I've been fucking drawing are Pokemon. Like I haven't been in the like character design area of drawing in so long that I sometimes feel like I've forgotten 100% how to even draw characters, because I'm so used to just drawing.
You've been doing it, man. You've been selling that shit to what?
Okay,
we've been seeing you post that stuff for what,
furries
months now?
And Pokemon are almost interchangeable.
So
I can do furry art.
Correct me if I'm wrong, though. Those are still characters.
Yeah,
they are. You also created the fish for our logos. That's still 2 fish short.
It still qualifies as characters. Look, not all games are 3D model, spectacular, amazing. Oh my god, these graphics are fucking stellar. No, dude, a game can be fucking 2D animation, stick figure bullshit, right? Art is art, and you got to start somewhere, man. Keep your portfolio. Everything that you do is part of a portfolio. You just got to build it, and then you just keep it all in one space.
See, that's the thing. It's not going to get built properly, though. It's not. There's not going to be enough for what studios and places are looking for. It's not going to. It'd be like, I'm not looking at. You don't have any experience. You don't have a degree, and like this doesn't have like the anatomy we're looking for. Or you don't have any. This, or this, shit like that. I can't think of exactly what, but it's like, oh, your lighting sucks, or your costume design sucks, or, fear of failure, but also knowing that, like, I am nowhere near talented enough to do fucking concept art for games and shit, or storyboarding for games and shit. Because I don't have the attention span for storyboarding. I have tried. I really suck at that.
I disagree, and that's why I wanted to bring it up in the podcast with that little webcomic thing
part of it
that I wanted to pitch to you.
Part of it is ADHD. I can't blame it all on that. Another part of it is just fear of failure. Another part of it is the fraud syndrome, and another part of it is being a failure. Not finishing college, not giving up on drawing for years like I did, and I fell behind. So now I'm like, I see 16-year-olds drawing 40 times better than I am on Instagram. And it's because I stopped drawing for like 10 years.
I can tell you one thing, man. It's not going to get any easier, and it's not going to really make a lick of difference.
It will get.
I got people who are half my age going out for the same jobs I'm going out for, but I'm still getting interviews, and I've still got a pretty good chance. So,
there is an immense amount of power of being persistent and having even the slightest amount of misplaced
I feel like
confidence in yourself.
The gaming industry, though, too, is like I got to know somebody, since I lack the experience and I lack the degree. Being able to know somebody in that field would be beneficial, but I don't know anybody, and
I mean, are you just setting your sights like for like huge studios like Ubisoft?
Fuck no, I would never
like, because there are
and the other thing is, when you go to school for this stuff, like I did, they straight up tell you, it's like, prepare for being fired a lot. Like,
right. I mean, it's almost like a gig job, a gig career. Like you're going from one project to another.
Yeah.
But
and especially with AAA studios, it's like, all right, you did 80 something hours of work this week of drawing, and well, the game didn't sell, so we're not paying you. That kind of thing. So,
my kind of,
but I also have a problem just finishing things. Like, you've been asking me to draw a new logo for like 2 years now.
So pause just for a second, because Jason brought that up too. In the voice of I thought of
and I get mad at you because I'm like, oh, I like this fucking kettle hot tub logo I'm working on, and you keep giving me such negative pushback on it. I'm like, fuck it, I'll draw something else entirely then. Fuck you.
I said I liked it. There were things that were just
you just don't like
interesting about it.
It's fine.
That's
fine.
Huge.
And then I did a simplistic logo, and you fucking hated that too.
I want to make a point though, that Frank and Tyler have been on the show longer than we did it, just the two of us.
Just the two of us. Look, man, anyways, I don't know what you want from me. I tried to do 3 different fucking logos, and you nixed all of them. I only have so much work in me before I'm like, all right, I'm not doing anything for Robert anymore. You know?
And then you fucking crush Mammoth Origins.
I didn't crush it. I already had a concept planned out from 6 months ago, and I just finished it.
Anyways, we are definitely...
Do you know what it was, Rob?
Just rambling.
You know what it was, right?
What?
We started using the AI to come.
That really pissed me off.
It was like pure jealousy.
It was pure you sons of bitches using AI art. How dare you?
I'm honestly surprised he hasn't said anything about the level select logo, because of the
I haven't
same
even looked
reason.
at it. Is it fucking terrible also?
You haven't seen it yet?
Well,
that's so funny.
No.
It's almost like you don't care about your own shows.
It's
awesome. Not my show, it's your show.
Oh, we covered that a long time ago. That's one thing I do like about Frank. Frank has, I mean, there's a lot of things I do like about you, but you do mention, like, the way you talk about the show. It's like you've also kind of taken ownership. It's like our show. We are recording this. This is our show. This is our thing. This is, how can we make this better? How can we take this to another step? How can we, and that's something I do want to say that I appreciate about you.
That's
on this.
That's the manager in me. I can't shake it. I'm sorry.
Oh, dude, that's going to bring up a whole nother thing. I don't know if you remember or not, but I posted something about can we record I'm going to get sappy. That kind of gets into it, but I can't be sappy without Tyler here. So, yeah.
The two of us.
I was going to say what I appreciated about you guys.
That's Paul.
Sorry, I'm distracted.
Paul's trying to push me out already. Look at
that. Yeah,
exactly. He's still been out of shape over that conversation.
I mean, it scratches everything that I've ever told Paul.
What are you talking about?
As well, like if we were to also ask the question, when I asked what irritates you, Paul, if you were to ask what irritates me about you,
Yeah.
It's the fact that you don't have confidence in yourself, or you don't seem like you do. Like, you have really good ideas and you don't see them through. And I don't know if it's either because you just get distracted or whatnot, but it's just, there's like no consistency. It so much to the point where, like, I even went back. I was like, man, what was the first episode Tyler was on? And I went back and listened to it, and it was like, I don't know, episode like 39. And in that episode, you announced your streaming schedule. Like, this is and I remember thinking, this is how predictable things are. I remember when we were recording that and you announcing that, among other things that you've announced on the show.
Sure.
I remember recording that and thinking to myself, I wonder how long this is going to go.
Not long.
I don't even know if you did.
Look, man, I did stream for a little bit. I streamed a Nuzlocke. It's the start of a Nuzlocke. I think I did.
I do remember that.
I did 2 streams of the Nuzlocke for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And then I do stream my art every now and again. But one, if I sit down to draw, I'm focused on the drawing. I'm not focused on like, oh fuck, I gotta load OBS and pull up Twitch and make sure this is streaming, and then I gotta find an ad-free like music thing to play in the background. Because just watching somebody draw in silence is probably fucking nerve-wracking.
Right, it's terrible. Right.
So then I gotta make sure everything looks good, and I gotta, then now totally my concentration on the drawing itself is completely fucking, and then like, I start thinking about shit you've said, and it annoys the piss out of me to the point where I don't want to anymore, because you're like, people, have you noticed like blah, blah, blah at certain times? And like, what if you stream at different times? So then now it becomes a scheduling thing, and I don't want to feel like I'm on a schedule to draw, because then it's not fun. Right. It's not drawing to me anymore at that point. It's a fucking job. I shouldn't, you know what I mean? Like,
my biggest thing, I'm going to try to wrap it up like this, because this is not the first time that I've said this at all, but
yes, it is.
I think you would be very surprised
I'm not.
At the reaction that you would get if you could find one thing, and just be consistent with it.
I can't.
Like, plan it out and be consistent. Just be consistent. You could do things on the side, but like one thing that is your thing, like that's the thing that you do.
I can't. I can't do one thing, man. My brain is just
medically impossible for Paul right now.
Even if it's just
he would need consistent. I think he would need some medical assistance / interference.
Now, we've talked about that too. I 100% believe that.
You need to break the law and send me drugs.
No, you just need to see a doctor, Paul. I mean,
I can't afford a doctor. That's a whole different conversation.
You can like get insurance, Paul. It's not that big a challenge.
I can't get insurance. It's $300 a month. Are you insane? I cannot. And I've explained this. I don't understand why in Florida it's so fucking expensive. I have tried every avenue I can think of.
Because all of the old retired people there.
It's close to $300. It's not exactly $300. It's $289 a month. And
that's crazy.
And I can't. That's the cheapest I can get. And anywhere I've looked, anything that's pulled up, that's as cheap as it goes.
I do circling back, wrap it up. I do believe 100%.
No,
that you are better than what you think you are. Yes. I completely understand the imposter syndrome and the fact that you feel like that you might be a fraud because you might take like certain inspirations from other people, but what artist doesn't? Whether it's like a master that they studied under or a band that they liked when they were 10 and now they're like in a world famous band. Everybody has inspirations from others. You do get better. You have gotten better. Just in the amount of time that we've recorded this show, you have and will continue to get better.
Oh, I don't doubt that. But I still don't think I'm good enough for game development.
The funny thing about whether or not you're good enough is that's not for you to decide.
My lack of a degree and lack of experience doesn't help either. I can't really change that with just willpower.
You've got 20-something years of experience.
Did you know that, experience can trump education?
That's true. Not always. Tell that.
And you could always sell it as in like, you're cheaper than somebody who has a master's degree.
Oh, I actually found the drawing I did on stream of my Pokemon Nuzlocke from when I was going to keep playing it, but then didn't for some reason.
Nice.
Which is funny.
Anyways.
To me, I don't fucking know. I don't know. I get dissuaded from shit.
Yeah. No doubt.
But
it's so funny how these shows have such a different tone without Tyler.
I know. I mean, because he would be like, fart, gay, shut up, and be a man, stop being a beta cut.
I think Jason left like an hour and 25 minutes ago.
Yeah, he's gone. Jason quit immediately.
No, he's definitely listened to all this. He's got to. But
such confidence.
Yeah.
he 100% does. All right.
Well, wow. We gave Paul a good chunk of change on that one.
Why did everybody just throw me under the bus?
I feel like we were good and constructive friends.
That was all Rob for picking that topic there, buddy.
God damn it. Fucking, I still didn't think of anything to answer my own fucking topic.
Oh, yeah. You got less than 2 minutes.
I don't know. I think it'd be cool if they did a Bounty Hunter open world game, but it's Mandalorian.
So Outlaws, when it's released on PC, and you can
not
use
Outlaws. That's not a Bounty Hunter game. That's a smuggler game.
Skin.
God damn it.
Yeah, but he was talking about doing
like Prey 2, how that Prey 2 was going to be. How it's like fucking first person, take elements from the Jango Fett game from years ago, the Star Wars Bounty Hunter game, and like make it free roam where you can explore Nar Shaddaa or some shit and like target people that have active bounties, or you get fucking bounty pucks and you go chase people down across the galaxy. I don't fucking know, man. Just something like that. That would be cool as fuck.
All right.
I just came up with that shit off the top of my head, and it's just,
you should sell your services to a studio.
But I don't have a lot of money like Todd Howard, so I can't just take control of companies.
Find a mom and pop shop that is in Bethesda, Massachusetts, and
specifically.
Market yourself as the idea guy, have a terrible haircut, and
that's the other thing. I don't know how to market myself as anything, and I don't know anybody that would be like in the market for an idea guy. Anybody can be an idea guy. That's such a base fucking.
For some reason, you just gave me a flashback to Seinfeld when they were selling the show to NBC on the show, and it was a show about nothing. So it was like a weird, Inception kind of thing.
Oh my god!
Where you're watching a show about nothing, and they're selling a show about
and
nothing.
There goes our last listen.
All right, everybody's gone now. So fucking.
Do you not remember that?
Started talking about fucking Seinfeld.
Oh god.
Newman.
Oh no!
God.
Just Paul, do the thing.
Goodbye, everybody. So long, farewell. I'll be the Stop! Nobody likes Seinfeld!
This has been A Kettle of Fish. You can contact the show by emailing akettleoffishpodcast@gmail.com. Be sure to like and subscribe from anywhere you get your podcasts.